10 minutes. All right. So why don't we do a stack? Come on up and line up if you want to say something.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
Go, man, go. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so moved to stand up and to applaud what you all are doing. Andre, Cyan, Tarek, and others who have been hunger striking in solidarity with the detainees. I want you to know it really means a lot to the detainees. I've been down many times over the last 7 years and spent a lot of difficult moments in prison with my clients. We talk about a lot of things. We talk about their legal cases, but we also talk about the fact that so many people are with them in spirit. And so I want you to know we tell them about nights like this. And I will tell them in 2 weeks when I'm in Guantanamo what I heard tonight. And it really lifts their spirit to know what's happening with groups like this. It's horrific what's happening down there. The first time I met my remaining client, Ridwan Gaza, he had just been in solitary confinement for about 3 years. Which is a horrible thing. This is a man who, to this day, 12 years later, has never been charged with a crime. The government has never come forward and proven anything about what they think he's done wrong. He was pretty gaunt and malnourished. And at one point I had to ask him, how do you get by? And he had developed and has developed a profound sense of spirituality. And he said something to me that I'll never forget. He said this: the garden that you grow in your heart cannot be imprisoned. So we've spoken to his mother and his son over the years, and we're doing everything we can to get him released, like other men have been released. We had a habeas corpus trial here in Washington, and we won. The judge ordered him to be released. But in the upside-down world of Guantanamo, when the government appeals, we still have to stay in prison. So how do you explain to a man who's been in prison for 12 years, you won, but you're not getting out anytime soon? It's a difficult ordeal for all of them. There's a lot of lawyers like me who have volunteered themselves over the years. But so many of you that are helping out in this cause, it means so much to them. So the main thing I wanted to say is thank you for everything you're doing. And I look forward to speaking with Bill soon and talking about this evening.
Thank you. So, well, just basically, when you say there's been no charges, right? So when you go down there and do you say to them, do they say to you it's only secret charges, or there's some spooky charges that are hidden away that you don't know about, or what's the story? Or why aren't there thousands of lawyers complaining about this?
Right. It's been Kafkaesque. If you've ever read the trial, I mean, it's just, you can never make sense of it. For years, the government would not even reveal the identities of the detainees. And when they were finally leaked and habeas counsel was appointed, we began to ask these questions. What do you think that my client did wrong? And there were all these proceedings that were a joke, like the Combat Status Review Tribunals, these kangaroo courts where military officers in a chain of command would just decree the person to be reasonably detained. And if you read the transcripts of these things, they're almost funny, but they're sad.
Can public read those transcripts?
Yeah, some of them are available on the internet. Many of them have been leaked. But the only thing that ultimately that we were able to do as lawyers was force federal courts to proceed to apply the writ of habeas corpus. This is the most important part of our Constitution. It was established in 1215 at Runnymede, when King John conceded that an independent federal court would have the ability to order somebody free and call the king to justify the detention. And so that took 6 years for our country to reinforce until 2006 in the Boumediene decision.